arrived. Okay, close that door, baby.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh. You are now listening to an all women's podcast. Maybe I can't relate. Maybe I can't relate.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Maybe I can't relate, where we are an all women's podcast. That means you will not see a man on our panel, unless maybe if he used to be a woman, or maybe if he's well. Anyway, no, this is a woman's podcast. Okay, so today we have a guest as usual. So you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Diza.
So these is our guests for the evening, and y'all already know what time it is with me. I'm Anni Loc, and you can bet you're behind that this show is sponsored by King's Castle Entertainment. The website is kingscastleent.com. And today is going to be an interesting show. Like, I'm really excited for today because we are starting to get deeper into topics that involve women and just trying to, like I said, get deeper into conversations about things that women care about, and it's not just always men centered, but at the same time, today's topic is about friendships and just womanly friendships, friendships of womanhood, and also, the differences there could be. Like, can married people and single people really be friends? Or are there only certain ways that will work out? Can different types of people be friends? And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. But before we do that, I do have a little segment that I do every single week. And y'all already know what time it is. It's time for the Fashion Police.
And that is the sound of the Fashion Police, brought to you by Anni Loc from @AnniLocBeauty.
She has 2 Fendi purses and a silver Lexus.
I hear her hair's insured for $10,000.
I hear she does car commercials in Japan.
Her favorite movie is Varsity Blues.
One time she met John Stamos on a plane.
And he told her she was pretty.
One time she punched me in the face. It was awesome.
That's right. If I punch you in the face during Fashion Police, it's going to be fucking awesome. If I detain you or put you in handcuffs, it's going to be fucking awesome. If we give you compliments, then just go ahead and walk your walk. And you know what I'm saying? Just thank us later because we are the Fashion Police.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so this is the part of the show where we always just go to a different award ceremony. And we take a peek at the red carpet and see what the stars were wearing on the red carpet. And we kind of just make our little comments about it. This is comedic commentary. So my disclaimer is that this is some fucking comedic commentary. All right. All right. So our first person is Renee Rapp. And she's wearing a satin or silk trench coat. It looks like a silk trench coat with only buttons in the middle. So it's revealing at the top. It's revealing one leg at the bottom. And she's got her hair down in flowy red lipstick. What do you think about this look, Diza?
I love it. It's hot.
I think hot is the right word. She naked. She ain't wearing ish.
But it's leaving a little bit to the imagination. But it's sexy.
With the red lipstick, femme fatale. I just want to know one thing, Miss Rapp. Whose house did you go to after the show with no panties on? Wearing this. Let us know when you get a chance, and we'll be on standby. Next on the red carpet, we have Sierra, looking very, very beautiful. If looks could kill, she would have been a Uzi in this chandelier that they made into a dress for her. Honey, go ahead. Looking like Suge Avery. But a little thicker. She got a little more leg than Suge. Suge was a little stick.
You can tell Sierra works out tremendously. The
Strong.
dress, I think she could have did better.
Okay.
But it's nice for her.
I feel like I liked all the shoes except for one person. Like I already looked at all the pictures, but except for one person, it was like one person I didn't like her shoes, but everybody's shoes were really, really cute. So this one is MGK, Machine Gun Kelly. He's a rapper and a rock star, basically. He's got on some Chuck Taylors, you know, like a kind of like a gothic type of look, but a preppy gothic type of look, like a Harry Potter. Is that what you're going for? Harry Potter? No, let me shut up because I know that dude know how to roast. You know, he probably know how to roast. Shout out to all the artists from Ohio, by the way. What you think about his outfit?
This look fits him. He made it his own style. And the Chuck Taylors just set it off.
But I will say one thing, definitely, I agree. It was nice. But I will say one thing. Them earrings, I caught you, MGK. I caught you because he got on mismatched earrings, and I know that was a topic before he came out. They were like, somebody told you, like, yeah, wear them. Yeah, wear them. Nobody's going to notice. But no, it's like a rock star statement. But yeah, I noticed the earrings. I wasn't really feeling the earrings being mismatched. So Anni Loc gonna find something. Anni Loc's gonna zoom in these pictures, y'all. So not that I am looking for something because that's kind of haterish, but this is comedic commentary. You know, we just getting our little shits and giggles. These are more than likely very expensive clothes. I say that every show as if like I'm endorsing somebody. I never tell nobody. I never tell the audience what they're wearing. So I could be a better journalist, probably. Next on the purple carpet at the American Music Awards, Wayne Brady and his daughter wearing two outfits that complement each other. What do you think about the outfit, Diza? What do you think about this set? I think together they look great. Alone they look great.
I think they look great. But for their status, I think they could have upped their game a little bit more.
And that's kind of on the daughter, but I think she's young to kind of defend her. I think she's young. And then, like with the boots she tried to wear, she had to wear the braids. So to me, that matches good. But still, the stylists are being scared. Like they're scared with the accessories. If you're gonna wear them boots, you got to put on like a choker. You got to put on like some spikes or something on your wrist. So they're still being real scared on the red carpet. I'm gonna need y'all to loosen up a little bit on these carpets. You know, if that's somebody's vibe, then do it. You know. So next we have Rod Stewart. He got the Lifetime Achievement Award the other night at the American Music Awards. On the red carpet, he wore a black thing that looked like it was crumpled up a few times, and it was really shiny. And it looked kind of like when the men used to like chew that black stuff. What is it, chewing tobacco, and then they spit it out. But other than that, he looked really great if I like shoulder pads. And, you know, I mean, it's Rod Stewart. So congratulations on his Lifetime Achievement Award.
This outfit is so Rod. That is his style. And he hit it.
I was really choking, you guys. Okay. I'm not choking because of Rod Stewart's outfit. That would be so shady. Yeah, I was just choking for real, but I'm okay. Thank you guys for asking. So yeah, that was Rod Stewart. Congratulations on his award. You know, he looked great in his crinkly black suit. Next, this guy's name is Benson Boone. Have you ever heard of Benson Boone?
No, I haven't.
I hadn't either until I started doing these reviews on the red carpet. So he's always at the party. He's always invited. I think he does music though. I'm pretty sure he's an artist. This is so disrespectful. Like I'm being so disrespectful right now, not purposely. So it's all about intentions. My intentions are good. So how you feel about his outfit, Deez?
He could have killed the shirt.
He's like a vampire up under there, right?
Yeah, it. We could have did without the shirt.
Zoe said it remind him of the Titanic.
Yes, that is a good. Yes.
I would say he looked like a leprechaun, but I mean, he did his thing this time. Because literally, the suit, the suit matched my eyes, bitch. You know what I mean? Like everybody can wear it. I'm wearing this. Like it's confidence in the outfit. Like the suit matched my eyes. If you zoom in, he's got some green emerald eyes. And I mean, he did his thing. I still think he's a vampire. So Tiffany Haddish floated around the AMAs all night long. If you was paying attention, she didn't have any feet, but that ain't none of my business because I liked everybody else's shoes and her dress was immaculate. And I want to say it might have been itchy in the back. You know, she might have been itching when wasn't nobody looking, but that ain't none of my business. And that might not even be true. And you know, I ain't here to be a hater. So yeah, this is really cute though. Like that's how I feel about it. So I can't say too much. I tried to find jokes, but the bitch ain't had no feet. So that's one thing.
I like her bold statement.
Very nice. Oh my God. Even with no jewelry, like it's just so nice. Like classy, no tattoos. People underrate the no tattoo thing. Skin is in. So this couple on the red carpet was Gloria Estefan, and she was the most beautiful Christmas tree that I ever seen in my entire life. And her man was like the snow.
I was about to ask what church were they going to.
Are they Sunday ready?
They Sunday ready, girl.
They Sunday ready. They coming in the building. It's a hit. I like saying her name though, Gloria Estefan. Like it makes me feel like I'm good at Spanish, like Estefan. So we all know who this is. Janet Jackson was on the red carpet. Talk to me, Deeza.
Different. She toned it down a lot. Janet is usually really classy and, you know, to the nines. And this right here shows her thuggish side in a sense.
Definitely. And she did it right though, too. Like she pulled it off.
Right.
So yeah. She got a lot of people. I'm not just gonna blame other people, but you know, she got people to ask, is this okay? Because that's what the kids are wearing now. Like that's how I dress. Like I'll be like, anyway, sometimes not a lot. So next on the red carpet is Sexy Red. And I did not recognize Sexy Red. I was looking for a picture of Janet and I seen her at the top and I said, wow. So I'm like, who is that though? That ain't no Janet. Who is that? Like
that's the lady in red.
Definitely. And that's a good picture. But the other picture right here, when you get a little closer, you can see that it's like no more than a classy strip club type of get up. Like it's very see-through, of course. I mean, that's her style though. So I just thought it was like very nice in that first picture that she took. It really was.
I like that.
She's a very cute girl. Like she don't got too much tattoos and stuff. That's all I can say. She got too many, but she don't got too many, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She got enough for her clothes to look right. Now, what she looked like naked, I haven't watched no X tapes and stuff because they got those things out there too, but I haven't looked that up. I heard some things. So we are moving on to our topic of the night. Zobo said the thought in red. Ooh, he said she's taking a picture like the queen of the drops that just jumped for prison. I heard about that. That girl that just got out of prison, that lady that went to prison down here in Florida. Did you hear about that either?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, she was like the what they call her. Oh my goodness, they be glamorizing people so bad. Like even the way that the FBI writes stuff up, like they trying to just make everybody just the kingpin and just I don't know. Anyway, she had a little name like she was like the fraud queen or something like that, the scam queen. But she was from
Is that the lady that got away with millions from the government?
yeah, it was welfare. Wasn't it welfare?
I think it was, yeah. They have a book about her too.
I wonder if she get paid off the book.
Probably not. It'll probably go to restitution.
Oh yeah, you gotta pay all she gotta pay all that money back. But you know, you gotta learn to not if anything, if you learn anything from the movie Blow and Johnny and George Diego or whatever. Yeah, George and Diego, not Johnny. George and Diego. What you should have learned from Blow is that he met Diego in prison and then he ended up making so many great plans with this Diego from prison. So I hope that, you know, people just try to go the right way when they get out of prison and, you know, don't be like
coming up with more schemes.
George, yeah, don't be like George and Diego. Don't come up with more unless you want to. You know, those movies end a little too fast and furious for me. Like I think I want a little slow ending, like, you know, a little slower than that. Filing for dead people. It was tax refunds. I'm reading the chat. Zobo says she just got out of prison. Queen of the scams. She did 13 years fed time. Oh my gosh. That is so long. That's a long time. She taking a picture like the queen of the drops. Oh, you talking about Sexy Red was taking a picture like she's that girl. But how I wonder how it got in the news. Like, who put that in the news? You think she did that herself?
No, I think that the scam just when she got arrested, it just went viral.
But who reports when somebody getting out? Like, I don't know. I guess.
Well, you know, the government, they watch that stuff.
They definitely are still watching.
Yeah, because once somebody is deceased, it is up to the funeral home to report that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what angle we're gonna pop in on these friendship videos, but we could just have a chit chat, a womanly discussion. We can play the first video. I don't know what it is.
The adult
it's the first one.
Friendship part of TikTok, but friendships are literally just like relationships. Like I think that's where a lot of people struggle. Every relationship that you have, like you have to, even though it's a friendship, it's still a relationship. Like I've been through some shit with my friends, and you can either dead it at some bullshit or you can work through something. I really feel like if you really want to maintain your friendships, like you treat that shit like a relationship. You go through shit, you go through ups and downs, you fight, you disagree, you are able to come to each other with issues when shit just ain't looking right, shit feeling a little bit weird, and be able to work through those. You know what I mean? Like that's how you have to treat your friendships, and maybe that's why some of y'all have them and some of y'all don't.
Okay, so that was a word from some random chick on TikTok, and That was kind of rude at the end when she's talking about some of y'all have them and some of y'all don't. Like, but you know, sometimes people need to hear things raw and real. And a lot of the times, the things that are going wrong in your life are, or that you feel are going wrong, are just a reflection of something that you can work on with yourself. Like, it's not to blame other people for what's going on around you. Like, most of your circumstances are a result of who you are and what you do.
I feel
And
like that like she said, friendships are relationships, but a lot of time people have been through so much in their life with friends that the first little indication that there's something off, they kind of introvert themselves and retreat because they don't want to go through it again. It's not a matter of not wanting to really talk it out. It's just like, oh, this is the same thing that happened to me before. Now I need to put on brakes and be cautious as I enter.
exactly. Almost like I already know that I don't want to be involved in this type of situation. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not slow. Like, okay, hold up. We can stop this right here because it's not going to go well. Like, we're adults. We can see.
Yeah, and that's when you have that associate relationship. You can speak and you can say hi, but you keep your distance.
Oh my God, it's amazing you just said that, because the second video is actually, well, one of the videos is actually somebody talking about that. Like, she's putting it into all these different categories. I'm like, that'll be interesting to kind of, play for our women out there, our listeners. So we got Zoe in the chat. He's saying, I don't believe in friends. Friends and relatives fuck over you. Family is forever. So friends are family that you choose. It's kind of like you choose the family. You choose your friends. Like, you choose who you put that close based on how they move, based on reciprocity and all of that type of stuff.
Yes. But, it still doesn't define, because you can know somebody for 30 years and they'll turn on you.
True.
So it's a give. It's one of those win-win situations.
And see, I haven't experienced that one. Like, that could feel like so unexpected. So I'm sure, like, I would assume that just would
Yeah,
feel.
because you wouldn't expect them to turn their back on you. You would think, if anything, they're going to stand in the paint with you. But when times get tough, they take left, and you're still standing there like, where did they go?
Right. I guess I just don't trust anybody too much. Like, I just don't trust anybody enough to. I trust people for who they are. That's what I can say. Like, I trust people for who they are. Like, I trust you based on who you are. Like, if something seems like something that you would do, like, I'm not gonna just sit there and judge if I don't know.
That's a good quality. But I mean, being a tad bit older and been in life a lot, I've had long-term friends, 50 years plus, but you handle each friendship differently. You have some that you can sit and you can cackle with and you can talk and it'll never leave the room. And then others, you have to be very careful what you feed them, because they're going to take it out there and they have all your business in the streets. And then you have that one person that's just solid, that's been with you through the thick and thin, that that no matter what happens, they're going to be there for you. So it's different types of friendship with women.
Definitely. I feel like something that also repeats itself a lot. So Zoe's in the comments saying it happened to me. We got comments popping up. When it comes to women, male friends will most likely buck the situation. The power of the VAG is hard to resist. I don't even know what you mean by that. I don't understand that.
I got it.
But the women are like, yeah, they wait to tell each other business. That's what I was gonna say. That's what you see a lot in like friend circles. That's what I mean by trust. Like, it's gonna take a minute to even, for us to even discuss certain things, and then you could tell, where interest lies. Like, interest shouldn't lie in certain things so much, and interest shouldn't lie in just dumping. Like, everybody has problems. Like, everybody has problems. So sometimes some women can become that person who is a listener. So everybody just wants to talk. But you know, you have to be considerate of other people too, of their life, you know, because they might take that as a sign of you not respecting their time. You know, especially if you're talking about the same thing, like with these relationship things, like that's the friendships that I find hard to navigate because like a lot of times they be like so invested in the man and I'm like more than invested in my man, but I just can't relate to just only talking about our stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, if we're gonna go out and eat brunch, let's go out and eat brunch. If we're gonna go and, you know, have coffee, if whatever, you know, have a drink or whatever, let's do us, you know, and then get back to it.
I agree.
And I've also been around the ones who wanna, am I gossiping right now? But I'm telling y'all, I've been around the ones that think that y'all getting together, y'all girl time is the opportunity to cheat on your man.
You have those.
Oh, and on that type of time. Like, I'm not here to judge you, but I am not your alibi. Like, I don't feel like you even wanted to be around me for real. What's up? Like, I ain't your alibi.
And be careful of those friends that see your man behind your back and flirt and then go back and tell you, oh, your man ain't no good because he was doing so and so. How do you know?
Like, they so pressed to prove it.
Yes.
Like that's what they want to prove. That's the whole purpose of trying something is like, oh, well, he ain't as great as you think he is. Well, no, I think he's pretty great. You know? So Zoe said it's a lot of those. Men act worse than women. Not all, but a lot do. Yeah. Oh, this is Hootie. So Hootie, shout out to Hootie. Hoo. I really hit that note. Sound like Halloween coming, yo. Rockabye, baby. And when it comes to women, male friends will most likely buck the situation. Z. I just had to read that again because I think I get it. Like you trying to say like men and females can't be friends together. Let's go ahead and play video number 2.
By now, you've learned to put your friends in different categories to save yourself from further disappointment. But if not, I'm here to help. Because a friendship breakup can hurt worse than a romantic one. So let's talk about it. Now, your first category is an acquaintance. These are very surface level people you've met maybe through a friend of a friend, you casually cross paths at an event, or maybe y'all follow each other on social media. You don't really know much about them, but you like what they represent. Y'all are both rooting for each other, and when you see them, it's all love and good vibes. That is level 1, an acquaintance. Then you have one step above that, the associate. These are friends you built a bond with through experiences together. For example, you work together, were in the same class in school, or maybe you met at the gym. This is usually someone you're compatible enough to go to dinner with or happy hour, maybe grab some lunch or a coffee. And when you're in their presence, they always feel very familiar because of the experiences you went through together. Y'all are really cool and they probably know a lot about you because of all the stories you mutually exchanged in the setting that you met in. For example, I've had colleagues that I was real cool with. We knew each other's life story, but at the same time, we wouldn't like call each other in an emergency. It's a weird dynamic, but you need friends like that. These are the type of people that bring value because they help you function at work or whatever setting you met in. So many of my old coworkers kept me sane. So that is level 2, an associate. And then we have level 3, your girls. Or you can call them your close friends because some of them might be guys. These are your really dependable friends, your dogs. The ones that always show up for you and are intentional about keeping you in their lives. These people should be the ones who pray for you, they intercede for you, and you trust their judgment because they have your best interest at heart. You are intentional about spending time with them. Y'all never mind planning around each other's busy schedules because you truly care about each other. They hold you accountable, they tell you the truth, even when you don't want to hear it. They always give you sound advice and hold a safe space for you. Again, these are your girls or your close friends. Then we have level 4, which is your highest level of support. This is your best friend, your BFF, your ride or die, the one who knows where all the bodies are buried. This is the person you can tell anything to without fear of judgment. You can be your crazy, weird, complete self around them, the person that you are most compatible with. You never have to second guess their intentions. Y'all communicate so effortlessly. This is pretty much your twin flame in friendship form. If it's been a while since you last spoke because you're both busy, whenever you do catch up, you just pick up where you left off. It's never any awkwardness or weird energy. You two just get each other. So I said all that to say, when it comes to navigating through adult friendships, know who you are talking to. This will save you so much disappointment and hurt along the way. Don't go seeking support or help from a close friend that should have been demoted to an associate a long time ago. And when something happens with an associate, don't get upset because maybe they should have been left as an acquaintance. So I want you to start praying specifically for discernment so that you can know what categories to put people in to preserve your peace. Remember, you can do all of this and still end up disappointed, but that's just life. The point of this is to mitigate the risk. Love you, girl. Bye.
All right. So shout out to that TikToker. Shout out to TikTok in general, even though my music ain't creatively licensed over there because they be on bullshit. But that's besides the point. We still love TikTok, and shout out to them. You know what I mean, for the video that we just heard a young lady saying how she breaks down friendships, and I mean that's a good way to look at things and to do it. Because one of the biggest mistakes that people make in their 20s and probably younger, I guess, is just thinking that just putting people in the wrong box. Like perhaps calling on the wrong people or thinking that people are more loyal than they are, or thinking that just being too trusting, because there's nothing wrong with trusting, but you can't trust everybody, of course. You just can't.
I think she hit some valid points. Because everybody that comes in your circle is not your true friend. You may have to handle them in different categories.
Definitely. But I feel like connections are still important. Like the connections that you make day to day are still important. Just we connect with people in all different kinds of ways. You have those associate and acquaintance relationships that are actually important too. Like she was saying, some people I just work with, and yeah, we have been talking for hours and hours if you add it up. But at the end of the day, that's not somebody I'm gonna call if I have an emergency, because I have maybe my sister, or a closer friend for that.
I agree.
But those are important. Like they get you through the day, they get you through stressful situations, they get you, through life. Like it's just important to connect with people. And women need to remember that, and remember that we're all the same. If you stop judging each other, we are the same. And that's the thing about friendship. Inside of a friendship, people want to feel like they have some sameness. That's why we dress alike. Like if females start to hang together and be around each other, we dress alike. Or it's just natural and normal to want to see yourself in your friends. So if one of your friends is doing something like that you wouldn't do, like you might want to react and be like, I can't believe you're going to do that, and make it a big deal. But at the end of the day, people are living their own lives. And if you are a real friend, that's not really, it's okay to let somebody know if you think they're going off the path. That's perfectly fine. But to really judge and put yourself into it as if you have some type of control, it's up to you who you're around. Now, if something that they do rubs your spirit the wrong way, then that might just not be your tribe. Because it is important to have some things in common, but I think that's a big one. As women, we just want to be the same. We want some sameness, and we want, our group to reflect us, which it does. It's supposed to, especially the people closest to you.
And age also play a part in that too. Some people are just not mature in their friendships.
True. What do you think maturity in a friendship would look like? Just not being able to get through conflicts, and being able to
just how you handle situations and how you handle that person. Sometimes you meet a person and their immaturity may be jealousy. They may be jealous of your home. They may be jealous of your job, and they will befriend you, and you'll think you got a good friend. In reality, they're stabbing you in the back.
True. And being passive, like they might have something to say, and it might be something stupid, but I mean, not stupid, but it might be something small. And instead of talking to you, like that's not how you handle a relationship. That's not how you handle a friendship. Like that's just not how you handle people in general if you want the best results. And that goes back to working on yourself. Like you gotta put help into yourself. Like you have to, like, I don't want to sound preachy, guys, but you really do have to, like, first of all, self-care, like we discussed last week. Second of all, like, it's nothing wrong with reading books. If you don't like to read, you can listen to audios. Like, if you want something in life, never look at somebody else and say, hey, I want that. You figure out how you can get it. If that's what you really want, because it's your life. Like if it was a video game, you're holding the controller. Are you just gonna sit there and be like, oh, that person just jumped on the brick. I want to jump on the brick. And you're just gonna sit there and hold the controller? Or are you gonna try something, And I can't play video games for shit. So I can say I want to bust the brick all I want, but I might be just pushing them buttons. But at the end of the day, that's what life is for. Like play the game. Play the game. So Zoe was sitting there in my chat, or actually it might be Hootie. They're making fun of the young lady that was I like to call everybody a young lady. I just like to. Anyway, they making fun of the young lady that was washing her face and giving us game about, see, this is a girl space. Y'all can't come up in here making fun, talking about people with shiny forehead. She was steaming. That's what I need to do when I get off of here. I need to go do some steaming at home too. She had a good facial at home. She did her a good. She did the whole shebang, didn't she?
Yes, she did. But that's something that we as women do. We take care of ourselves, and our skin is very important.
Absolutely. That's why y'all see all them products. Well, not a lot of products, because we don't need all that, but less is
They
more.
don't be complaining about the aftermath.
You said they don't complain?
No, when they see us, see what they're attracted to, our beauty.
Exactly. It takes a little bit of work for this.
It takes work for that.
A little work, And yeah, we can't even talk about everything right now because there's too many men around. Let me get back to what these men in the chat talking about. Look, because I ain't about to be telling y'all my little secrets and stuff. This is still a girl space. So ladies, don't be distracted by me talking to the men a little bit. But it is people in our chat. And thank y'all for being in the chat tonight. Definitely thank you, Deeza, for coming on the show and, chit-chatting with me. This is an all women's podcast where we discuss topics relevant to women and things that women are interested in general. And it's also hosted by women. Men. So it says men are attracted to the beauty. The beauty. Technically, the beauty is the booty. Y'all just think that y'all think that we care for there to be a difference. The booty is the beauty. It feels right, so I'm right. Hell, you can trust me. I got your back. Ice-T on New Jack City when he was talking to Nino Brown. They said never trust anyone with a shiny forehead. Ladies need to connect with their friends during football season. So their man can watch at least one game in peace. I am a they, so I'm allowed to say this. Women like football.
Yeah,
you may have a. What is he talking about? That's so sexist. But I'm not gonna bash men, so don't wait for me to bash men. And actually, they're allowed to probably play football. Y'all probably got transgenders in the NFL right now as we speak. You may have a sexy, dark-skinned, grizzly bear-looking man, and they may want him. Men are attracted to the the beauty. I am bisexual. Can I be on here? Booty. Why do you need to steam your face? Why do you need to steam your face? Okay, so people steam their face in order to clear the pores. You have little dots in your skin called pores, and they get clogged. For instance, if you get a pimple, like when you used to get pimples, hopefully you don't still get them, like you'll end up popping it and like some white pus comes out. So that's actually already in your skin in tiny, tiny amounts. And when you steam it, you open the pores and then you're able to get all of that out for a smoother appearance. So that's why you steam your face. And if y'all interested in like how to do facials and stuff like that, all you got to do is use Google. Use Pinterest. Like Pinterest is really cute. Just Google it. Google how to do a facial at home. And they'll probably have something on there. I know some natural masks and things like that. Like it's so easy and simple to find stuff to use, especially if you kind of eat naturally anyway. So we got another video we could play. Let's play that third friendship video. Y'all are listening to Maybe I Can't Relate on BFAM 109.6.
A wife from a girlfriend as far as what they bring to a relationship.
I feel like you got to be delusional to be married. Like, you got to be like,
you talk
that person, like, oh yeah, we're going to be together forever. We're going to have this business forever.
You understand that marriage is something you're supposed to do once in your lifetime. You clearly haven't met that person yet, so that's why you don't see it.
It's not even like with me. It's me seeing everybody.
I love my man. Maybe last year when I was dating somebody else and he wasn't doing that much for me, I was not playing the role I'm playing now. The man I am with right now, he's very like provides for me, and I can provide for myself. But he adds into it. I cook him dinner.
You're married.
I have a boyfriend, but like he does much for me. Like we do for each other. Like,
so what differentiates a wife from a girlfriend? That's
the ring.
That's it. Just the
ring.
See, that first one is like that's dangerous. Like that's dangerous to be friends with her. Like just think of her mind state. So that's kind of what I was speaking on about people being your tribe. It's kind of like, okay, if somebody, you can't control the choices that people make, but if you do feel that somebody is kind of like not on your wavelength, like not on the same frequency as you, that might be true. And then like, how can y'all be around each other? Just imagine that first girl. I think she just said, she said she don't believe in marriage and that marriage is like stupid. Why would you think that we're gonna be together forever, we're gonna have this business forever? So basically you would be hating on your friend that's actually doing that. So to me, that's negative energy. So when it comes down to like, can wives and non-wives be friends? Yes, when they're not concerned about that part of life. Yeah. If they have other stuff going on, I mean, I think they can, but yeah, people's views at the end of the day, you do have things in common with the people that you will be able to actually get close to in this life. And it's okay if you can't be close to everybody. Sometimes it's a flaw on them. Sometimes it's just an incompatibility. Sometimes it's a flaw on you, I guess. But I mean, if everybody was able to just admit a flaw, then conflicts would just be resolved.
The first lady that you were talking about, she's very negative. So she will probably be the worst friend to have.
She seemed hella negative, like so negative.
Yeah, she's very negative. But the one that talked about, the difference between a girlfriend and a wife is the ring. I can agree with that in so many senses, but you yourself, like myself, are married. What do we do to earn the ring?
I feel like it's a big difference though. The ring holds a lot of weight though. So it's like, oh, it's just a ring that holds a lot of weight. Like, are you doing everything and you haven't even got that commitment? Like it holds a lot of weight. I think it does, but
it does. But you gotta, I guess a better way of putting it is that all that you are expecting from your relationship is to be that living girlfriend that cooks your food and he takes care of you. You don't think you're wifey enough to wear a ring?
So is that what she was saying? Was she saying she cooks for him and she cleans for him?
She does everything for him, but he takes care of her, which is understandable. But if you're doing all of that, what makes you not wife material? How you say you're gonna give the cow the milk for free?
He getting the milk for free. He ain't got to buy the cow.
Right. So I think the expectations that you have of yourself is what they're going to receive. If you think you're no better than being a girlfriend doing all the duties of a wife, then that's what you're going to get. But if you put yourself out there, I'm wifeable, and you want, I deserve the ring, then that's what you're going to get.
Yeah. I just think some women just don't understand it and they just don't get it. Like, it's just hard for them to understand, like, what does it mean to, but I was raised by wives. I don't mean to say that and like be condescending to anybody listening who possibly wasn't or nothing, like I'm better or nothing, but I've had examples of what a wife is. So I feel that I've had good examples of what a wife is, honestly.
But it's all about yourself too. I mean, you could be raised by wives, but don't expect anything more of yourself. So when you meet a guy and you enter that relationship, he's going by your expectations. Just like you're reading him, he's reading you. And if that's all you give of yourself, then that's all he's going to give you. So
that's true.
She thinks, I think her expectation of any type of relationship is just negative because she's accepting something that she deserves more.
Yeah, it's almost like what is going to be different once he ties that knot? Like getting married is supposed to be exciting. You think that a man is just excited to spend all this money on getting you this wedding and this stuff right now? He's sitting there like, what do we need to do all that for, baby? You know, it's almost like, what is the difference before y'all tied the knot and after? You know, it's not much of a difference there. Like, you gotta know how to,
you got to give him something to look forward to.
I'm always saying I hate to say something, but look, because I don't be wanting to give the wrong idea. Like, sometimes advice is not good in certain people's hands. And that's a fact. Certain advice, because everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
So, and it's a way to do everything too. So I wouldn't say like be exclusive if you're not fucking married. And I know that that's hard for some people. Like, I'm not telling nobody to backtrack. You've been in a relationship for 3 years and now you're listening to Maybe I Can't Relate. And now you're like, oh, you know, Anni Loc said I should just act like I'm single since we not married and that's gonna make him marry me. No, that might make him unalive you. And I'm not trying to be behind that. Like, I'm real big on that. Like, I'm real big on loyalty. I'm real big on like just relationship loyalty. Like, be careful out here because you know it gets sticky. It get real sticky, especially dealing with people who are married. Yeah, it get real sticky out here. So he said she thinks she owned him. Women change after marriage. Men can't do nothing without raising their hands for permission.
That is not true. I don't agree with that.
That's how they want to be treated. I feel like some men need to stay in their place. But the advice I was gonna give, hold on, let me backtrack because I had lost myself for a second. So the advice I was gonna give is like when you're dating to marry, you know that you're dating to marry. This is how people get stuck. They go to that first person, or you know, they're talking to two people and they're like, oh well, I need to be exclusive with him because this is just the right thing that I got to be. So now you've been talking to this person for 3 months and then it comes up that, oh, he don't even plan on getting married no time. So now you feel like, oh, but I really, really, really want him. I'm in love with him. I have feelings. I have some type of attachment to him. And it's like, I'm just throwing numbers out there, so ignore the 3 months time. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, you actually have to be dating a little bit and knowing what you want. First of all, you already know what you want, and so now you're dating. And then when somebody tries to corner you, like, well, am I the only one you talking to? First of all, this is not even the conversation we should be having. You know what I mean? Like, because if you're looking at me as a person that you respect and as a woman that you really want to be with, then you know, when you trying to take me off the market, you're trying to take me off the market. And that's not something that you have to say to a man. Like, the tone that I'm telling y'all this is not something that you try to tell a man. Like, it just is what it is. So I'm not saying have sex with anybody. You know, just don't sit there and think that you got to be stuck with somebody. Like, you started talking to somebody and it's like, oh, we've been talking for 2 weeks, but it's been every single night. And I just feel this some type of way. This is definitely my man. And it's just been this short amount of time. And you find out about a baby mom, and then you still talking to this person months past. And now you're really only entertaining this person. You're not being available, I should say. Like, you have to be picky. Don't be available for bullshit.
And pay attention to the red flags.
Definitely. It's a lot of red flags too. Like, he better not tell you to shut up. He better not get too snappy. Y'all, all right, under 25. All right, y'all YNs. He better not call you a bitch. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
Okay. Zobo said, whatever. What's up, Hootie? Did you get permission to go on this podcast? So Hootie's got a wife he got to get permission from, a woman he got to get permission from. Zoe said that when you get married, you got to get permission from your wife. And I just don't agree with that because I feel like Zobo 69 be making things up. And you can't trust what he say when he on here because, he's just over there delusional. Delusional people just say things. And when they be saying these things, it's like, yeah, you talking, but who listening? And it's like, yeah, you talking, but we listening. And it's like, no, I'm gonna read the comment. It says, ain't nobody trying to get married 2 weeks in. What is she really trying to do? Exactly. If he's not trying to get married 2 weeks in, why he worried about who else on the line? Because he's trying to block, he's trying to take her off the market so she can be in his house cooking food without no ring, cleaning up, ain't got a job, ain't going to school, talking about my man do everything for me and I ain't. Chill out. Not that the ring covers that even more, but it just gives you I don't know how to explain, because you can't actually, marriage is also something that is a moral thing for some people. So for some people, it's just going to have a different type of meaning behind it anyway. So
this is a topic for another day, Anni Loc.
Yes. Marriage. That's another one, isn't it? Marriage. So I'm going to read a few more comments. We are reaching the end of the show. The show is called Maybe I Can't Relate. I am your host, Anni Loc. My name is spelled ANNILOC. That's it's a space there, okay? First name Annie, last name Loc. Got it? Thank you. Anyway, so if you want to look me up, you can find me on all streaming platforms. You can find me on Google. You can find me on X. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all that kind of stuff. We do have new movies coming out. This show is sponsored by King's Castle ENT. The website is kingscastleent.com. And I'm going to read another comment from the chat. What do you think the biggest difference between relationships now and back in the 90s? You want me to answer that in 2 minutes? Because I don't know much about relationships in the 90s. That's when I was growing up. So I really don't know the 80s because I was born in the 80s. So I only know the 90s.
I think relationships back in the 90s were more secure. Those were the friends that you get together. You have the barbecues and you sit out in the yard and conversate. And it wasn't a whole lot of back and forth and nitpicking and bike biting. You had genuine relationships back then. Nobody had no intentions. They helped you raise your children. So the 90s was a little bit different than today.
Yeah, it's like you can't trust a soul today. You just got to be very careful. And then you got to have these strong boundaries. So it's just not the same. You just got to have all these boundaries up and. Well, Zoe says she needs to learn how to speak to him. Men, watch out for the red flags and don't eat the spaghetti.
Oh, God. Okay.
So anyway, like I said, ain't nobody trying to get married 2 weeks in. Maybe he was trying to get married 2 weeks in. If he's asking about exclusivity, if he's asking about the booty. So there's a way to talk to, it's just about kind of like having finesse. You just got to have finesse as a woman. All that aggressive stuff is out the window. You have to know how to talk to a man at the end of the day. You just have to know how to speak to him. So that's wrapping up our show for tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Deeza Sims is on the line. She's been here with us all night, chit-chatting with Anni Loc, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on to the show. And, it's been a great discussion, and we might have to do another, we might have to go in on some type of marriage topic, because it seems like we could have a lot to discuss there, and it could be a lot to learn, for the viewers listening, and it could also be just turn out to be a great show. So I always want you guys to learn something. I want you to feel like you learned something, because to me, that's why I started the podcast, and that's what we wanted. Like, that's what I get from female conversations when I'm in a room with like my grandmother. Like, when everybody piles up at my granny's house, for instance, we all going down there on the 4th. So you can ask her, like, what you doing for the 4th, grandmama? Are you having everybody down? No, I ain't doing nothing. I don't got nothing planned. And then we still all end up there. So, like, sometimes it's like all women, different ages, and they're all in the room. And that's just kind of what I wanted this show to reflect, like a real natural conversation. Even though some things, I ain't get to speak on and giggle about, because I know that is men listening. But I do want to be very uncensored and open, and that's what we've been managing to do. And the conversation is just always something that I learn from. Like, at the end of the day, is what it is. Like, when you're around people and y'all talking about things, you're gonna pick up on what's going on in the world of women. So thank y'all for tuning in. Catch me again here at the same time next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. The show is called Maybe I Can't Relate, and you can find it on all other platforms too. Like I said, YouTube. I'm gonna share the replay all over Facebook. You can catch us on TikTok if you miss Fashion Police. If you ever miss Fashion Police, catch us on Instagram and TikTok, where you can, go back and see the celebrities and kind of see what jokes I had about their clothing. Not about their personal life, but about them clothes. So thank y'all, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. You have reached the end of this All Women's podcast. Maybe I can't relate. Maybe I can't relate.